My look at the Mission Impossible franchise continues with 2011's Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. This time, Brad Bird takes the helm in his first live action film, and much with his animation career, his love for the spy genre is on full display here. So, let's open this up and get started. We open on Budapest, and with the inevitable Avengers jokes in mind, we have a new recurring player. William Brandt, played by Jerry Renner. IMF is in pursuit of Trevor Hannaway, played by Josh Holloway. Trevor escapes and delivers a package to Sabine Moreau, played by Leah Sadu. Sabine then shoots him. I really like how she's revealed as a hit woman. Also joining us is Jane Carter, played by Paula Patton. Yes, this was when she was dating Robin Thicke, in case you were wondering. We then cut to Moscow, where the opening Prison Break is set in motion to the classic Dean Martin song, Ain't That a Kick in the Head. Sets the tone for the ensuing 2 hours, and shows off Brad's enthusiasm for spy fiction, which is present in his animated works, especially the Incredibles films and the Iron Giant. Before going to the extraction point, Ethan Hunt pulls out a contact of his, Bogdan, played by Mirage Gierbek. Apologies advanced pronunciation. This time the fewest credits are worked in the movie itself, and I give major props to editor Paul Hirsch, production designer Jim Bissell, and DP Robert Elswit for their work here. Also given more context behind Trevor's assassination, which is under a half hour in, the next amount of franchise is adapted to a changing geopolitical landscape, on and off screen. This assignment to retrieve data from Moscow definitely shows this came out before the Crimea incident, for example. Half an hour in, the inciting incident is being framed for a crime he didn't commit. In this case, bombing the Kremlin headquarters. So, in order to clear their name, they must find a man named Kurt Hendricks, played by Michael Nyquist. The escape from the hospital is another great scene. Hunt did it with a paperclip from his nurse's clipboard. Then zip lines down the scaffold on the streets in the back of a van, conveniently snacking boots, a coat, and a phone nearby. Using the consolidated insurance cover, he calls for evacuation before discarding said phone in a nearby alley. He then makes contact with IMF secretary, played by the late Tom Wilkinson. He, Hunt, and Brandt deduce Hendricks must be found and capture what he's done. Moreover, not only is Ghost Protocol in effect due to the IMF being implicated in the bombing, but Hendricks has a nuclear device and codes capable of striking anywhere on the planet. The director intends to bring them back for questioning. He provides an opening for them to escape and apprehend Hendricks while they still have the chance. Said opening is drive-by shooting, which only Hunt and Brandt survive. They make it out of Russia by jumping a train boxcar like a reverse of Stand By Me. After regrouping with Benji and Jane, the next stop is in Dubai. This leads to the movie's signature scene, the scaling of the Burj Khalifa. Yes, once again, he did it for real. The whole 1,700 foot, 518 meter climb. That alone is impressive, but the addition of a sandstorm really makes the scene stand out even more. Hour in, and now it's time to bait the hooks from Moreau and Winstrom. I also like how the scene adds more layers, such as the targets coming upstairs, ahead of schedule, and Ethan having to rappel down to the lower floor up the sense of urgency. Always a key component to a good scene. Another variable that adds to this equation is Leonid Lysenko, played by Ivan Shevdov. Nice allusion to the film's backers working on the hit show Alias, which slipped my mind last time. Since the 3D printer for the mask shorts out, the crew is forced to improvise, still using launch code as bait. Winstrom, played by Sam Edelman, is another man in his inner circle. Halfway through, still love how Bird's making this film fly by. Sorry. The cast plays off each other incredibly well, and Brad's experience with animation has given him a knack for giving copious amounts of visual information in each shot. Seriously, I've seen numerous allusions to the A-Ward 13 in code in this film alone. Hour remaining, and for now they've taken the bait as Leonid is iced. Now the job is to escape from the hotel and get the package back to the mainland. There's of course a fight with Jane and Sabine. Not that I'm complaining about a fight with Paula Patton and Leah Sadu. Sabine is thrown out the window and Ethan is literally and figuratively on the run. The sandstorm sequence is stunning, but it would have been great to see this in IMAX. Personal life aside, most actors wouldn't film a chase in active sandstorm. Cruise is not most actors. Brandt reveals himself, to be more than just an analyst. He was running cover targets in Croatia, but they died while they were in his charge. Elsewhere, Bogdan repays Ethan for freeing him by granting him an audience with the Fog, played by Ilya Volok. But to find the last piece of the puzzle, the Novosti satellite in Mumbai, India. It's the flashiest valet parking center I can find. 3 Rolls-Royce Phantoms, a Bugatti Veyron, a Ferrari Enzo and F430, Mercedes-Benz SL65 AMG Black Series, another Bomb Polo, the Aston Martin Vantage, and DB9. Pole heist to abscond on the satellite is another highlight of the movie. The Burj Khalifa climb is still my favorite part, but this is a close second. Hendricks almost has launch codes and must be stopped. The finale is a simple but effective race against time to stop the warhead's explosion and Hendricks. Especially like how the parking garage and his freight elevator worked in the action, it's another way of doing things practically. It's also neat how Hendricks actually takes himself out with the case full of launch codes just to add more critical stakes. Winston was taken out, and Ethan's able to stop the missile just in time. No kidding. Kind of like how Galaxy Class lampshaded it, it quite literally stopped at the last second. We close on celebration of Luther at a Seattle pub as Ethan and his team are given information on the next assignment. Now that's a proof franchise still has mileage. Even like how Courageous Story was a cover and Julie just walks by as Ethan tells Brandt. Also to set up the next movie, The Syndicate was in the original TV show. Don't know about a 9th movie, but the show is being rebooted over Paramount Plus. The film made over $209 million domestically and over $694 million worldwide on its $145 million budget, was another example of how the franchise endured alongside its peer 007 franchise. Looking back ahead of Final Reckoning has been a blast, and you can see it after I finish this marathon. My final rating is 4 out of 4. My look at the franchise ahead of Final Reckoning concludes next time with 2015's Mission Impossible Rogue Nation.